Wednesday morning. Last night we had the opportunity to set Reese apart as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it's been a cool experience, this idea of even in 24 hours, or not even, in a few hours, that some of the changes I've noticed. The night before was New Year's Eve, and we were trying to say to him, hey, Reese, you're going to be a missionary tomorrow, and maybe don't stay out too late, and we wanted to be reasonable. He had kind of set himself a curfew of 1 o'clock, and then he said to us, well, what if nobody else is left by then? I don't want to be the first to leave. And we said, well, you might be the only kid there that's getting set apart as a missionary tomorrow. Why don't you just have the courage to leave at 1? And in the end, it wasn't too late. He came home at 2 a.m. and it was what it was. The last little while, that kind of dialogue has happened quite a bit, where he's 18 years old, he's kind of coming into his own, he's making his own decisions, and we're trying to provide some guidance if we can. Most of the choices he made, we've been really proud of. And then there's others where he runs his van into a ditch, or he comes home too late, or makes a dumb decision. But what was neat is that after that setting apart, suddenly I've got no concerns or worries anymore about what time he's going to come in at. I didn't have to wake him up this morning. He was up at 6:30. Had studied his scriptures, was ready for his first MTC class, and maybe some of that'll wane over time, but right now he's super excited about life as a missionary. And I thought, well, what is it that changed? What is it that a setting apart does? And I want to bring that principle into my own life. What can I set apart to the Lord or to a specific purpose? And it's pretty easy this time of year to think about goals and resolutions and setting apart a portion of your time to a specific cause. And so that's my message today. Ecclesiastes talks about there being a time and a season for all things, a time to mourn and a time to rejoice, and a time to work and a time to rest. And in this new year, I want to kind of follow the youth goal setting pattern of having a physical, a spiritual, an intellectual, and a social goal, and set apart 2023 for at least a few of those things. And I thought by sharing them with you today and inviting you to share with me some of the things that you're setting out to do, maybe that we can encourage and help each other. So I want to set apart 2023 as a year where I read through the entire Standard Works, just a little bit each day. And I've set up a study plan in the Gospel Library app for that. That's actually quite doable. I was surprised that it only took about 10 minutes the last 2 days to read everything I was going to have to read. And I thought, man, 10 or 15 minutes a day, I can read through all the Standard Works. Brad was over at my house last night, and we talked about a goal to read a book a week. That might be a little ambitious for me, but I thought I can certainly set out to read 20 books this year. Half of them probably by listening through Audible, and the other half by reading physically. And I've got a sense of the first ones I'll start with, but I thought that's a decent intellectual goal. Physically, I'm going to continue with my carnivore diet. Since September, I've kind of only eaten meat, eggs, some dairy, and some nuts. I've seen 30 pounds drop off my body. I feel strong and vibrant, and so we'll see. I want to continue that path, maintain a routine of daily exercise, and I haven't seen a number under 200 pounds in a long time, but I'm getting closer. I'm 10 pounds off of that. And that's a goal, is to just see a 1 at the start of that scale by continuing it with those inputs of a pretty specific diet and some lifting of heavy things. And that leaves just kind of a social goal, and that's one that's been a little trickier for me. I think I need to return back to the roots of my own family, and I have a goal to do a little more family history study. I want to start to compile some little volumes of the life story of my own parents and my grandparents, and start working on mine. And I'd also think it'd be appropriate to get this mate crew together. That's another social goal I've got, is to bring this group of friends together at least quarterly. I would think an opportunity for us to sit down, break bread, and be together in person. Love you, boys, and I'm grateful for the encouragement you've given me, and just look forward to a fantastic 2023. Those are my four goals, and I invite you to share yours. Love you, boys.